What's up, everybody? My name is Sin from thekriptkeeper, and we're about to do another ICO review of a very exciting new project called Seal. Now, don't confuse it with Zeale, I think it was pronounced, S-W-E-L-E. This is Seal, S-E-A-L, a brand new project coming out of the Netherlands, Amsterdam to be exact. Pretty much, just a quick summary, what they want to do is product authenticity. So basically, it's just about trying to improve the counterfeit market in the retail world, which we know is absolutely large. You know, if you've ever been to any of the Southeast Asian countries like Thailand or Bali, you'll find counterfeit goods just left, right, and center thrown out at you. So I believe Seal are trying to, put a band-aid over that black market industry. So let's get right into the review here. This is their website. Seal.network, blockchain-powered product authentication and services platform. So basically they just describe what they want to do here, get genuine products. So practically what happens is they have a little seal, for lack of imagination, of words that they place onto the item, which can be scanned through a smartphone app, and that will tell you the genuinity of the product. Seal is a blockchain powered product authentication and services platform, which will provide consumers and manufacturers with product trust. Again, guys, I'm not going to read every single word on this website, so you guys can go through and read through that. I'll read the important stuff out for you. Buy with confidence, fight counterfeiting, preserve value. How does it work? The Seal platform consists of several components, namely products with an embedded Seal chip that uniquely identify physical products. Number 2, the Seal app installed on an NFC-compatible smartphone. Number 3, the Seal token, which allows communication between the different parts of the product. And 4, the Seal network, an immutable blockchain database where every transaction is recorded and validated by its nodes. So I suppose what's important here, the reason why they're on the blockchain, is because, once something's on a blockchain, the records cannot be changed. That's it. It's there for good. It's immutable, as it says there, which basically means unchangeable, which I suppose is really important when you're talking about counterfeit goods and things like that. Let's move on here. Gateway to genuine products. Token sale hasn't begun yet. Pre-sale, pre-ICO hasn't begun yet, and they don't have a date yet. So, it's still really nice and early, guys. You've got plenty of time to get into this one. You just need to sign up at the top and make an account, which I'll show you in a little bit later on. Let's move across to the next page here, about Seal, to create a more genuine world out of love for creation. So Seal wants to bring back confidence to consumers and allow for brands to interact with their most heavily vested customers in the most direct way the internet has ever seen. Together, we build a better world in which consumers appreciate the creative work of makers and stop feeding the counterfeit economy. That's pretty cool. So then they go through here and just list some statistics, such as, how much money, the total value of counterfeit and pirate goods, 2.81 trillion. Absolutely massive, guys. That is huge. And it's affecting 5.4 million jobs, which is not a good thing. Scope of the problem, loss of faith, the impact. So go ahead and read this, guys, in the About section about why they're doing what they're doing and meet the Seal team. So we'll go ahead and do that next. So what I've done is I've gone ahead. Here's the team here. So I've gone ahead and gone through them in my own time and selected the ones that I think are all-stars. So they do have a total of 8 team members listed here and 6 advisors. I'm sure there are more behind the scenes, but these are the ones that they've listed. Out of them, according to my own grading scale, again, guys, do your own research. Don't just follow me or anybody blindly for that matter. However, using my own grading scale and how I like to grade things, I've found a few of them who are all-stars. Bart Verschoor. So Bart is one of the founders of Seal, founder of Bloom6, another organization. Since 2009, he's been running that. And here's his experience at Dell. So he was an enterprise business manager at Dell for 3 years, from 2005 to 2008. And we all know Dell, giant computer manufacturers. So that's automatically an all-star there. You can't just go ahead and apply for a job at Dell with no, amazing resume and get that. Next, we have Michael de Block. And I'm sure you've just seen there. So he's the vice president of Seal USA and direct operations of Seal Network. And he's worked at Microsoft as an escalation engineer for 3 years and 4 months from 2014 to 2017. So again, to be working at Microsoft, you'd need to have some pretty rad credentials. So he's another all-star there for us, Michael de Block. Now, as far as our advisors were concerned, Cease Gill, I'm not sure about these pronunciations, I'm doing my best here. Cease, we'll call him, was the owner of Gexus. He's an advisor to Seal Network. He was a board member of Ecovat. And this organization here, vice president of NXP and managing director. If we open NXP up, and also chief executive officer at Philips Software. So you open up NXP, guys. Almost 5,000 followers, 116 employees. And we look at Phillips here, and almost 1 million followers with over 81,000 employees on LinkedIn. Those numbers are pretty big, you know, and he was a chief executive officer. He was a CEO at Phillips, which is massive, you know, and he worked his way up there from being, you know, right down here, general manager, director of EMEA, senior director of marketing and sales, to CEO from 2006. So that's pretty huge there. So he gets an all-star mark for me as an advisor. We also have Petri Kuivalla, CISO at NXP. So he's from NXP also. And he had experience at Microsoft. So for 7 months, he was at Microsoft as a senior director of global security, which, you know, you do want someone in security if you're about, you know, what SEAL do. And chief security officer at Nokia also for 1 year and 10 months. So they're great credentials. You know, again, nobody can just walk up to Microsoft and Nokia and expect the job without the proper credentials. So they get my 2 points for team members, 2 points for all-stars. Let's go ahead and put those into our spreadsheet. As you know, we work through. Go through here. We'll go to the team members here. Let's pop 2 into there. That'll generate a point of 2.7 score there. And advisors, we give 2 and they get 2 points there, which is maximum. So that's really good. I'm happy with that. You know, of course, all their other team members are excellent and very competent to do what they're doing. Otherwise, they wouldn't be where they are. However, they're just not all-stars as far as my spreadsheet and my rating system is concerned. Let's move on and have a look at you know, some other stuff on their page. So this section is their brands. So it just goes ahead and mentions, you know, genuine products connect with people. Ensure people can differentiate genuine products from fakes and will experience the true quality and brand experience as intended. Activate your brand, connect with people, and monetize your products. So they go ahead and just talk about how it actually works. And from my understanding, the SEAL token is used to for manufacturers to pay distributors, and also the you know, the retailer at the end of the line also pays the manufacturer with the tokens, and you have to use the token to access the SEAL service. And there's also for the retailer to have the SEAL app, uses the SEAL token to generate information, and retailers and consumers also get rewarded in SEAL tokens for using the service. So that's all pretty cool. You know, I had a really thorough read of the white paper and thought it was really cool. They do have a little section here that says request a demo. Unfortunately, we can't see the demo ourselves here. However, they have mentioned in the white paper, which we'll flick to right now, that they have a full working, you know, demo, which will be available on the App Store, an Apple App Store, and also the Google Play Store later this year, which is great. You know, that'll be awesome to get that and have a play around. So it goes ahead and talks about the chip. I'm not going to get into the technical aspects here, but again, go through yourself, have a read. You know, it's really interesting. The chip is an NFC. It uses radio waves to submit the information, and the just really basic summary is the radio waves only go about 2 centimeters. That's why it's really popular to use in things like, you know, sealed chips that go on products and things like that. Mission to create a more genuine world out of love for creation. Cool. That's nice. Why Seal? Okay, you can go ahead and read that. Bloom 6 established 2008. That's the father company, I believe. Founded Bloom 6 as a publisher. That's a company overview. Based in Amsterdam, Netherlands. Pivot to blockchain. So they started mining Bitcoin and Litecoin in 2012 using gaming hardware. Developed primitive version of the Seal network concept. Seal network started, developed first prototype in Q3 2016, set up the Seal network team in 2017, and refined the proposition, token sale preparations. That all happened in 2017. So they've been around for quite a while. 2016 was when the first prototype was made. So they've had lots of time to refine their art. What is Seal? We already know what Seal is. Seal is the best way for anyone to check if a product is genuine or fake. Really basic way to put it there. Counterfeiting conundrum. Scope of the problem goes ahead to list, you know, the magnitude of the counterfeiting market and how large the problem is and how badly it affects brands and retail brands. Some pictures here of some fake stuff and some real stuff. Let's just scroll down here. We don't need to go through all that stuff right here with you guys. Goes again into the details of the chips. Solving the problem, more than anti-counterfeiting software. Verify authenticity already implemented. That's really cool. As we know, register ownership already implemented. So consumers claim ownership of a product, for instance, for insurance, P2P transactions, and theft prevention. Transfer ownership. So already implemented consumer transfer ownership of a product. This allows brands to earn money on the secondary market. Awesome. So you can, sell your item or product to someone else and still transfer all the information via the blockchain to the new person and the new company or who have purchased these items and these products. So those three are already implemented, and what they have still to come on their roadmap are theft prevention. So consumers mark products as lost or stolen, displays a custom message triggered when scanned, track parallel trade, product recalls, product analytics, and custom integration. Pretty cool. It goes ahead and explains all the different services here. So go ahead and read that if you're interested. Their vision, master plan phase 1. Infrastructure of authenticity, master plan phase 2, convergence of e-commerce and retail, master plan phase 3, currency of authenticity. So this is really cool. This section here I really enjoyed. Seal establishes itself as a currency of authenticity. The currency is optimized for transacting consumer goods. Using Seal to pay for products while directly claiming ownership provides both buyer and seller a guaranteed exchange of goods. With regular fiat transactions, there is no way to tell with certainty whether A, the product is genuine, or B, physical money, banknotes are not counterfeited. That's all very true. So a currency of authenticity. If these guys can pull off what they're trying to pull off here, then you're looking at a worldwide usage of Seal in the entire retail industry, manufacturing industry, which is, you don't need me to tell you, it's absolutely massive. So if they can become established worldwide, I know, I'm not sure of any other companies that are doing this on this scale and trying to get this done. I know huobi did a similar thing with authenticity of baby formula in China. However, that's, a specific item. So this is huge if they can pull this off, guys. I think this is going to be massive, again, if done right. And it looks like they've got the team behind them to do that. Experience from Nokia, Dell, Microsoft. They're the kind of all-stars that you need in an ICO to take it not only in the initial stages where it could be extremely profitable, but looking 2, 3, 5, 10 years into the future, there's only going to be a handful of ICOs that are still existing then. And you're going to need the proper team behind you to be able to make that happen. Technology, the Seal app. Seal has developed a working version of the product. The Seal app is compatible with Android, iOS, iPhone 7 and up. Current features include authenticity checks, ownership transfers, and inventory management. The product is scheduled to be downloadable in the Google Play Store and Apple Store later this year. That's really cool. Look forward to checking that out. Current chip technology, Seal chip application. So this is really technical stuff. Then it does talk about the Ethereum blockchain. So of course, Seal token is an ERC20 token. They've chosen the Ethereum blockchain for many reasons, and they go ahead and list all the reasons why they chose Ethereum. They also mentioned that if they can generate enough money, so I think if they reach their hard cap, they've said that they are going to build their own blockchain, which is something that will be necessary because, if you get large enough, then you can't just rely on Ethereum or any other blockchain for that matter. You're going to need to build your own infrastructure to rely on, then it's your own, what you're doing, it's built for you. But they do go ahead here and list the scalability reasons and issues as to why, through Bitcoin, Ethereum, they talk about Litecoin and why they've chosen Ethereum, and the smart contracts they talk about. They discuss why they chose ERC20 over ERC223. They know ERC223 is a bit of a higher level, a better off token. However, they discuss that its lack of third-party support is the reason why that they chose to go for the ERC20 token. And here, blockchain. See, depending on the developments of blockchain technology and the funds we will raise, we will need to develop our own blockchain to support higher transaction volumes and reduce transaction fees. More information can be found in the scenario section. I really think, guys, that this is going to happen. I think a project of this magnitude will reach its hard cap. It has a private sale, a pre-ICO, and an ICO. I don't think they're going to have any problem reaching a hard cap if their marketing is done right. So we'll see how they go. They've still got quite a bit of time before any of that happens since there are no dates released. But I'm liking what I'm seeing thus far. Blockchain architecture, I see the API gateway. The Seal API is the main method of interacting with the Seal network. Microservices blockchain, the Ethereum blockchain is used to store all transaction regarding a specific product, such as product information, references, photo references, brand information, ownership history, and supply chain information. We've got the architecture of the actual item here and how it works. So the Seal is on the product. Then you can scan that with the app. It goes through the cloud and the backend works through the cloud as well. The Seal API and then authenticity microservice and then to the smart contracts. So you can go through and have a look at that. It's got a more detailed technical diagram here. Manufacture item 1. Number 2, register product. Number 3, scan the product. Number 4, verify authenticity. Number 5, update state. Number 6, authenticity feedback. Now the tokens. the fun part. Token utility. SIL tokens are used to pay for services for consumers and brands. The number of supported services will increase as we improve the platform. The current version of the app already provides authenticity checks and ownership registration. The table to the right displays all the features we will have developed, yada, yada, yada. Verify authenticity. We just went through all of those. So again, go through, have a read. Talks about the token and exactly how it will be utilized. Token diagram. Pricing rationale, they talk about how they're going to charge for this. They go through and say something like, we're not going to charge the same amount for a $20,000 Rolex and we would a $15 comic book, which makes a lot of sense. Now the token sale. So the token cap, a maximum of 1.2 billion tokens will be minted and that will never be exceeded. No more than 492 million tokens will be used for the token sale round. So that includes the private sale, pre-sale and ICO and the crowd sale, I should say. Token emission will occur at the end of the token sale. That means they'll hand them out then, and there will be a KYC and AML checks. If tokens in the pre-sale remain unsold, they will be offered in the main sale. And offered tokens that remain unsold after the main sale will be distributed proportionally to all private investors, pre-sale and main sale buyers. So what that means basically is any tokens not sold in the pre-sales will go through to the crowd sale and will add on to that number there. If there's anything left over at the end of the crowd sale from the private, pre-sale and the crowd sale, then they will be redistributed evenly according to how many tokens you purchased back to everybody who took part in one of these sales. So you'll find some of the companies will burn off their tokens. These guys aren't doing that at all. They're going to distribute them around. So for example, a buyer purchases 100 SIL tokens during the main sale. 30% of the tokens remain unsold. Buyer will receive 30 additional tokens for a total of 130 tokens. Very straightforward. So we've got the different pricing here. So you can call it a bonus, system if you want. Private investors, 1 SIL equals 5.056 US cents. For the pre-sale, it's 0.068 US cents, and the main sale is 0.080. So 8 cents, that one there. 8 cents for the main sale. So let's go ahead and pop these numbers into our spreadsheet. As we have them now, we can do so. So we have 1.2 billion and 492 million. So 1,200,000 and 492 here. Token metrics isn't the greatest. It's not going to generate us any points really. Just because there is a specific number of tokens required to give us the points there. Now, where were we? White paper. Now, in terms of generating my price here, there are 3 different prices. I'm going to go with the main sale number there of 8 cents. Let's put that in right there, 0.8. That's a good price. Not that, 0.08. And let's go down here. We have 41% allocated for the token sale. Let's get that in there. Let's see what their hard cap is. So 41% allocated for their token sale, 13% to their team and advisors. These are vested every 6 months over a period of 3 years. 7% influence, so they are vested also 6 months for every 3 years. Influence is 84 million tokens will be used for lobbying, influencing, and other PR. So pretty much your marketing and your PR. 22% goes to future operations and 17% for future and R&D. Chip development, inlay integration, development and proprietary blockchain, etc., etc. Goes ahead and lists the use of the proceeds. So initial startup, 6%, marketing, business development, operations, engineering, legal. Guys, this is one of the better white papers that I've gone through and read. It's a really awesome, easy read. It's not too technical, but it's technical enough. It gives you a really thorough understanding of everything that's going on in the business, what they want to do, what they want to raise, how they want to raise it, how they want to spend it, which is really good to be so transparent. In this time, everybody really wants transparency, which is what we get here. So the soft cap of 36 million tokens, milestone 166, milestone 2, 304, and the hard cap is 492. So if they sell all of they don't have a number there. Now, I'm not going to figure out the maths, trying to figure out the hard cap because we do have a few different prices here included. So, okay, well, what's that, 492? They have the figures there. So let's add up these funds there. 6720,000 plus 17,952,000 plus 864,000 equals 33,312,000. Let's get that into our ICO market cap. 33,312,000. It's an infrastructure project, which could end up becoming a blockchain project, which is pretty cool. Now their community, let's have a quick look at their Twitter, to figure out my community score. I have an addition of their Twitter followers, which are 113. Let's give that a follow. As you can see, guys, they're still relatively new in terms of the community here. So I'm hoping that they can work on their marketing and get these numbers up a bit. However, not too far up. We don't like massive communities because that just gets a little bit silly when you're in Telegram groups and trying to get into ICO. So we don't know what their ICO structure is in terms of their whitelisting, and do they have a cap per person or a minimum, maximum amount. So we'll see how that goes. 6360. Idea. I really like this idea, and I think they have the team to pull it off. I think it can really revolutionize, the retail industry. There's not much I don't like about this, so I'm going to go ahead and give this a 3. Again, the idea is the overall for me in terms of their team, whether they can pull this thing off, whether there's gaps in the market for this, whether it's coming at the right time in the world and the current climate. And I think there's big yeses in all those departments there. That's why I'm giving them a 3 for that. Blockchain required. Yes, blockchain is required for this. Is it open source? Is it decentralized? Now, I'm not sure about either of those. Is it a game changer? I think it is a game changer. If this thing can help 500 million or whatever it was people with their jobs, and the thousands of billions of dollars counterfeit industry, also this thing, if this can get adopted by mainstream retail, then absolutely it can be a massive game changer as far as retail and counterfeit goods is concerned. I believe I did see somewhere that they were going to open source one of their apps later on. However, that doesn't really help us now. Look, considering I can't find the words open source in the white paper at all, I'm gonna have to go ahead and assume that it's not. It's a decentralized. What is SEAL? SEAL lets brands earn money, yada, yada, yada. I see the word decentralized. Using the power of the blockchain, authenticity can be checked and ownership can be transferred decades from now. Even if the product itself is discontinued, as long as people contribute to the decentralized SEAL network. Wonderful. So it is decentralized. That's great. As the majority of these are, what's the point of being on the blockchain if you're not going to be decentralized? But some of them aren't. So yes for decentralized. Open source, no. Hoping they open that up at some stage, but they may. Okay, guys, and the bonus. Look, I don't know exactly figuring out the percentage of the bonus because they only give me numbers, but I'm going to go ahead and put 20% in there because that's about what it looked like. Won't be too hard to figure out. I just don't want to do that now. Do they have a product? Yes, they do. They have an app launching soon. I can't access it. However, I believe that, these people do have their product and their app launching, towards the end of this year in the next few months. So, guys, I'm going to go ahead and enter. Well, I don't really have whitelist details. They have not made any of this available yet. But what you can still do is go ahead and on the top of the website, you can go ahead and log in. You create an account here. I'm not sure where it was, maybe the token sale, but I did create an account. So you can go ahead and create your own accounts. And then I suppose, yeah, there you go, accounts. Yeah, I'm logged in. So I suppose they will go ahead and let you know, when the pre-sale is. And here we go, FAQ, minimum is 1 Ether. Pre-ICO minimum, 1 Ether, that's awesome. They don't have a maximum for their pre-ICO. What will happen to the unsold ones? We already went through that, and then it's got the prices here as well, which we already went through. USA, unfortunately, is excluded from the sale. So, guys, let's get a final score here. Let's get a simple summary here. What are we? We are fighting counterfeit goods. I'll get a better one later. Now, let's get our score. 21.84 and a grading of 78%, which I'm pretty happy with. We've got some, mainframe, sweep bridge, right mesh, Thor, open network, which are all around that range there. And that actually sits just underneath Thor and in between open network, which is great. If they were open sourced, even better, would get them an extra points. Maybe another high priority team member would have got them another point. And as their community builds, remember guys, their community is only 6,300 because we are really, really early into this project. So it's a really good thing to get in early, start following them early. There we go. Look, something's changed. Dynamic spreadsheet, guys. Everything changes by the hour. All my figures change by the hour. They update hourly through the internet and through algorithms that we're having there. So 80.67%. That's great. We like that. Will I be investing in this? I will definitely keep my eye out which means probably yes, if I can. I would love to invest in this. Again, guys, it looks like a long-term hodl, this one. You know, don't expect to see quick returns, or you may, you may get some really quick returns, but I won't be looking to flip this. I'll be looking to hold this thing, because the implementation of this, if they can pull it off, will be absolutely massive in the world. And we're talking 2, 3, 5 years. Remember, guys, that in the next 2, 3 years, 90% of these ICOs that are out now are not going to be here. It's going to take a special product, something different, something that the world needs for them to stick around. So guys, we'll leave it at that. Thanks for tuning in. If you have any questions, just get to me through Discord. I'll have links down below in the descriptions box for this spreadsheet that you're seeing right here, for the SEAL website, to my Discord, to my Facebook page. So if you guys could please subscribe, give me a thumbs up, share it with your friends. I'd really appreciate it. I am just starting out, but I feel that, with this spreadsheet and the community, we can grow and we can help each other and help the world, through blockchain. And with that, I'll leave it there. Cheers. Peace. Bye.